Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining another episode of Playing the Artist, a show where we talk about trying to be artists. My name is Antoine Marchildon, and joined as always is Sleepy Alex.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to the show. Welcome back for another week. I'm glad you could make it live in the morning.
I actually, dude, I woke up at 3, and I just kind of milled around in my bed for about 2 hours, kind of sort of sleeping.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, it was 5 o'clock, and so I just woke up, did some stretching, ate a little bit of food, got some coffee, and then just started Zbrushing. And I want to share my screen.
Mm. Oh, all right.
So I've been milling around, and I've been
You made a scary demon.
Yeah. So I'm just working on the body, just kind of chipping away at it. Yeah. I just started off with the head, and whatnot, and then I was like, well, it needs a body, so I just slapped some spheres around. And the reason why I'm doing a character, hang on.
Yeah, why are you doing a character?
So, where I was talking about, we'll talk about my Kickstarter that's going on right now, but let's talk about why I'm doing this stuff. So I'm going to be doing that, what's it called again? That 30 days of tiles thing I was ranting and raving about. So
when is that? Have you started that?
Oh yeah, I already did. I already have 18. I already have 18 different tiles. Not just floor tiles, but like walls, smaller walls, bigger walls, different types of floor tiles. You know.
Is every day like a piece, like one wall, one floor, one whatever?
Yeah, and then maybe if the piece is pretty small, I might put like 2, maybe, depending on how many pieces I have. So, yeah. So Pete and Sam are. I know. I'm taking a page out of their book. Anyways, they talked about mailing lists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And how important that is, right? And like, because people that sign up for that, they're like, they want to know from you. They're fans, right? And so this is what I'm thinking. I release one tile every day for 30 days, and then I'll also have, because I figured this out on Thingiverse. So on Thingiverse, you can actually put extra photos at the bottom of your description of your 3D model that you're showcasing in Thingiverse, right? Mm-hmm. So I want to have cool renders.
Yeah.
This demon character that you can download the STL if you sign up for the mailing list.
Really?
So
how do you make that caveat?
Sorry?
How do you set up the logic that once you've signed up, then you get the model? Or you put the link in the list?
I'll probably not for the model. So I'll probably, once I get someone signing, I don't know how it works, but I'm sure you get notified when someone signs up for your mailing list. And I'm going to use a mailing list software, by the way. So I'll be spending a little bit of money on that. Because there's no way in hell I'm going to manage a bunch of people's emails in my email, right? So.
No, yeah. Is that MailChimp?
Well, there's MailChimp, but apparently there's better ones. Apparently there's ones that are not as. Yeah. Apparently they give a little bit more freedom and they're as cheaper.
Gotcha.
But anyways, okay. So every day for 30 days, I'm going to be releasing something for someone to download for free, and then on top of that, if they're really interested, come on, join the mailing list, and you get a cool skeleton demon man for yourself. You know what I mean? And then all these and the theming of these tiles are going to be very similar to my next Kickstarter.
Yeah.
And the character, right? So it's kind of like I'm just like it's like the next push of the promo. Sorry, it's like the next push for the next Kickstarter, but I haven't announced the Kickstarter. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Yeah. So that's my big idea.
Sounds cool. Something. I really like the idea to committing to a release schedule. I think that's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun.
And the thing with Thingiverse, you can archive the models and you don't have to publish them. You know what I mean? So I can archive for the week. I be like, okay, for this week I'm gonna release this one this day, this one this day, this one this way, and then 7 days, have them up all up there, ready to go, and then wake up and then just go to that one thing I want to release, and then just boom, release it. You know?
Yeah.
And then I can work on other things.
You know, when somebody tells you a plan and they give you steps 1, 2, 3, X, Y, Z, and then at the end there's the profit part. Where's the profit? Where's the profit part?
The profit is I get more followers on Thingiverse, right? Okay. And I'll potentially get people on a mailing list, which is really good.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, once all these models are done, they're going to be taken off and they're going to be put up on a paywall, right? They're going to be put on like a My Mini Factory kind of thing, right? And there'll probably be 1 or 2 models left over that kind of talk about there was this thing called 30 Days of Tiles, and these are a couple samples of 30 Days of Tiles. But if you go to this website, my Mini Factory, you can get the bundle of these 30 tiles, that you can build your own world or whatever. Yeah. And then, but the payoff is that I want this thing to be an annual thing.
30 Days of Tiles once a year. Once a year, yeah.
Yeah, because if what's going to happen is I'm going to plaster my logo and my name. It's going to be the first annual, Forbidden Prince first annual 30 Days of Tiles, right? And there'll be my logo and there'll be my name. So every year, people will be like, "Oh man, Forbidden Prince, 30 Days of Tiles." Or they'll just say 30 Days of Tiles. Or and also what I want to do is put in the description. I wrote all this down. Put in the description how do you partake? It's print, paint, and share. And I'm just put a little description on just print the tiles and paint them and share them and put the hashtag 30 Days of Tiles.
You want everybody to participate in this. It's like an Inktober thing.
That's what I want to do. I want to do but it's for dungeon tiles.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. If a whole bunch of people did it, then imagine the dungeon you could make out of this at the end, right?
Yeah, but also this is it's compatible with OpenLock, so people with existing tiles with OpenLock can combine it with their
Yeah, that's kind of fun. I like that. Yeah, I would check out those. They do these art contests all the time, right? They have a big post, and it's do this, do this, do this, blah blah blah, and then and you could have links to the OpenLock and how to set it up so everyone's tiles. That would be cool if everyone's tiles at the end could click together to make some sort of crazy community dungeon, right? That'd be really cool. I think it would be pretty sweet anyways.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because some people they might have a few friends that have 3D printers, right? And they all 3D print, right?
Yeah.
So they can all be like, "Oh man, there's this cool thing." And he mentions to his buddies, "There's this cool thing, this 30 Days of Tiles. You can print out these tiles and we could just share tiles or whatever, Who knows? Who knows? Who knows what the possibilities can happen? So yeah, that's my my next big scheme that I've been working on since I've been kind of like since there's been like lulls in working in the Kickstarter at the moment. I just found out there's like a little area in Kickstarter that shows you where all your backers are from. So,
oh yeah, that's interesting data.
Yeah, it was overwhelmingly. A lot of people have been from America. Have been from the United States.
Huh.
Yeah, like 157, and then second place is Germany. Yeah, and then third place is the UK, and then Canada, and then I think it's like Australia, and then Spain, and then a couple other, stragglers like Belgium and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting. Like I figured there'll be a little bit more in the UK, but
we were talking before. It sounded like UK was the place, right? We had the highest, quantity of printers and war gamers per capita.
I don't know. Maybe it's something. Well, I also looked in the analytics because what is it called again? Kickstarter has analytics like about like where the people's like where they get like where you're getting your backers from, like how like how do they discover you? And overwhelmingly, most of that, I think it was like 90, like 98. No, it was like 97%, 97 point something percent were from Kickstarter, and then there was like one point something of was from other, just people perusing and they just discovered me. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So I was like, that's super interesting. So
1% is random discovery.
Yeah, from like not from Kickstarter. So,
yeah, it's people just kind of wonder what kind of wargaming, what's going on right now.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
So,
yeah. So you're kind of like, I've been checking in on you every day in your campaign. And
almost
stuff.
there, almost at the final stretch goal.
Oh yeah, so you set your final goal at 14.
Yeah, 14.
Which was just basically your first hurrah, your first. Everybody's campaign kind of explodes at first, and then there's a lull, and then there's a push.
Right now, I think I'm in the lull.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Right now, I'm in the lull because what is it like the first like you said, the first like 3 days is like the big push, but then for a week I was getting about 1,000 a day, and now it's lower than that. So, that's that weird thing. See, remember it was at 60. I was like, estimated to make 60. I was like, no, it's not gonna make 60.
Oh yeah, what is it? Oh, it's trending towards 36 now. It's so dumb. Like it doesn't. Well, it's not dumb. It's actually pretty cool, but it's like it doesn't take into consideration like the bell curve of all Kickstarters, that they have this like sort of S shape where it spikes.
And then you can see like
out.
there's one point I actually was like losing money. There's like a little dip right there, like closer to the end there, like the third dot. Yeah, there's like it dips down, right?
I think it's just lost out. Did somebody back out?
No, there was I was like getting to almost 13,900. I was like almost there, and somebody like just backed what's it called again, my highest tier, which is 390, and then they backed out like right after. So, and then on top of that, a couple people switched their tiers to instead of the $50 tier, they went to instead of the $50 tier, they went to the $25 tier, and then there was another person that backed out of the $40 tier. So all that happened at like once, like within like 30 minutes, and so it was like I was like, I'm almost at 14,000, and then it dropped down at like $700. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So, but no, it's back up now, and I most definitely will probably hit 14 this week. I'm sure of it. Just the way it's been going. I shouldn't say I'm sure of it. I'm not sure of it. You know, but I'm very confident. I should say I'm very confident that I'll hit 14 this week.
What sort of promotion are you doing, or sharing, or like how are you building awareness, or are you at this point?
Not really. I've just been, I've just been answering the questions that people have, and then I got another release coming up here on Thingiverse, and yeah, that's about it.
Yeah,
I was
still
thinking
think there could be some awareness built at this point. I feel like there's got to be more people out there that would be interested.
I think so too. But I really think that all the Kickstarters, like the thing we were talking about, where it's like this beginning big push and then plateau and then the ending another push. I think the reason why it's that is the big push comes from you preparing and showcasing and putting the word out there, and then collecting followers for the Facebook, sorry, not Facebook, but the Kickstarter page. You know what I mean? Like building up to the momentum, right? So you get that core audience of like your first like 100 like hardcore guys that are like and gals that are just like, yeah, we're gonna back this, and we're gonna get this thing funded. You know what I mean? And then the ending is kind of people that are just kind of like not sure, and then they're like, I think I'm going to do it now. And then also people that stumble across and they're like, oh man, there's only 2 days left. I would really like to have this, and then they back it. You know what I mean? Or a week left sometimes too.
Yeah, it's it feels like your last chance. So there's that impulse buy there.
Exactly, right there.
Pressure on there.
So I think even if people do promotion in the middle, I'm sure they do get more backers in the long run, but I don't think it probably will be that much. You know what I mean? Like I think
it's I don't know, man. I don't think you have enough data to say that. Like,
no, you're right.
The skies of the one I was just.
I'm not even gonna fight you. You're right. Actually, I've been contacted from like I think four different people trying to offer me a like promotion, like paid promotion.
Oh, on there because they've got some kind of YouTube platform or
something. Like some sort of like YouTube and like Facebook kind of thing, like where they like blast out emails. Like there's this. All of them were pretty kind of sketchy looking or just kind of dumb, like how they messaged me. Like one guy messaged me, he was like, "Oh, this is a great campaign. Congratulations, blah, blah. And I think this campaign can make 6 figures. Why don't you message me on Skype and we can talk about how we can get you to 6 figures?" And it's just like, get out of here. Don't just, it feels annoying. It just feels like, I don't know. It's just like, ugh. I know what you're doing. Stop it. And
yeah, you can talk to you like people can talk to you like a human. They don't need to put on the sales pitch and like.
Yeah, and the only person that I actually kind of checked out and actually took a good look at was this one company that was like, "Hey, we're blah blah blah. I don't have to boast about any of our stuff we've done, like other campaigns we helped out. So here's a link to our website. If you're interested, blah blah. Then not like very simple and just like he just put it out there, And I was like, okay, I'm curious. And then I clicked it and I looked at the website. Everything was super clean. I looked at the pricing. I was like, okay, it's pretty fair. And then I looked at all the campaigns they were talking about. They, helped push, you know what I mean? So it's like, okay, all right. So like that one website seemed interesting. But so this is the deal, right? So one of their basic plans is like $200 for 10 days of promotion. You know what I mean? $200, 10 days of promotion. And so what they boast about is they do Facebook ads for 10 days for my Kickstarter. And then they send out, what's it called? Like 13.
right away, that sounds, there's like some value there uniquely just for you because of this whole Facebook situation.
Oh yeah. No, exactly, right? Because of I don't have a Facebook, so there's that, and then there's also, they were saying like, what was it? 3,500 emails will be sent out as well towards this campaign. I think it said daily, maybe.
They have some kind of so they have a following, like they have.
I don't know. They archived fucking emails or something. I have no idea.
Somebody somewhere bought something and put their email down and regret it now.
Yeah, or something. I have no idea. So I was like looking at that. I was like, $200. That's pretty good. But the thing is, like, I technically don't like right now. Technically, I could spend that and I'll be okay because I got the Kickstarter going and stuff like that. But also, it's like I don't have that money from the Kickstarter because the Kickstarter is not done. Technically, that's just a maple. Technically, that's just a number in the air. You know what I mean? It's not even real right now. So so it's just like, fuck, it'd be nice to try it out, right? But I technically can't really afford it right now. $200 because here's another thing. I've been doing more backer kit stuff. Remember I was talking about backer kit?
Backer kit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You said it was $99 for
so I
organize your campaign for you.
Yeah, so I paid for that, and I found out, which is really, really cool. So I can send out digital files automatically to the backers, and that's like curated to how much you paid. So like if you're in this tier, if you pledge this tier, you'll get this download sent to you automatically, and it will only be sent to you once your billing has checked through. So once like the person's like pledge has went through and has been cleared and the money's like in the bank, good to go, an email will be sent directly to them with a download for their product. So it's like, that's really fucking cool. You know what I mean? So I don't have to like be like be like checking at every person. Like, did this person check through? Can I send them the stuff now? You know?
Oh, because each person, they're doing that on their own schedule. Like, does it trickle in like that? I thought it would just come in a big wave where everybody gets kind of charged. But I guess you have to accept the like.
Still have to separately go through people, right? I would have to be like, okay, did this person check through? This person didn't check through. This person checked through. Okay, this person checked through.
Yeah.
What did this person get? Okay, he gets this. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So that's really nice. However, though, I still can't. I have to like wait. Though I have to wait once the campaign's done to actually like get what's it called again? The backer kit to like get that going. I have to wait till my campaign is actually done. So once it's done, then I can like send out the like information about like, okay, here's the backer kit, and you like the people, they put their information in, they put in like how much they pledged and all that stuff. The backer kit analyzes all that through their software, and then once all the money, and this is another thing I found out. So you only get the money from Kickstarter after 14 days. Exactly, 14 days. So after 14 days, I get the funded money, and then like I was talking before, all those backers can get their proper downloads, depending on which tier they had, as quick as possible, and it happens instantly. You know what I mean? So it's very reassuring. Yeah, it's very reassuring. It was kind of confusing. Like I'm still like, they have a bunch of like different stuff, like different options. So it's very I don't know, it's overwhelming. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my God, there's all this shit, and you're just like, I just want people to get the files. That's all I want. I just want people to get the files, and I just want to make sure my backers are happy and they get their files as soon as possible. That's all I want. Yeah. But, you know, if a problem occurs, I'm sure I'll figure it out, and I'll get, you know, if I could do my taxes by myself, I'm sure I could figure out this fucking website. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, you got all day to do it.
Yeah. That's for sure. And yeah, so
that's pretty valuable, I would say, for BackerKit to do for you, and that like to automate that process. That can be a night.
So badly. However, though, there is a dilemma. The download can only be 250 megabytes big.
Really? That's not much.
No. So what I'm going to have to do, I have to send out multiple downloads. So I'm going to have 3 different downloads. Mm-hmm. So there's going to be the core set download. Then there'll be the stretch goal download. And then there'll be, I haven't mentioned this, by the way.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was going to ask if this is how these Kickstarters typically do it. Like, could you send a link instead? Then you could have any file size you wanted to. And like if they would like to re-download for some reason, like usually when you have a download, like a digital download, but that's a store. You can set like a maximum number of downloads. Like you can download this thing 5 times, 10 times. So it's so there's like a bit of, you're preventing somebody or some bots or something from, I don't know. Apparently it happens, but there's like some precautions to be taken there. So 250 megabytes kind of sucks.
Yeah, I know. So that's why I need to split it up in 3.
Yeah.
Because even if I compress it into a RAR file, if I take all the files, it's still like 618 megabytes.
Yeah.
Sorry. Megabytes. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the third one, I didn't mention this, by the way, but people have been asking me, is the promo models that I had on Thingiverse that I took down, are those going to be in the campaign? So I hinted with a little winky face that I might have to add this as a second stretch goal, or not a second stretch goal, but like another stretch goal. So once I hit all my stretch goals, I'm going to put. I already made it. I made a little banner and everything. It's like bonus stretch goal. So this is going to be like a little bonus once I go over 14,000. So even if it's 14,000 and $1, I'll still give that, to them. Even if it's just 14, I'll just give them that bonus. So that will be 3 downloads, and I think that would be simple if 3 downloads come out to somebody. So let's say someone's got pledges to the all-in tier. They can be like, oh, okay, so this is where all the stretch goals are. I can click that, and then all the stretch goals. And then I can click the core set, and here's all the core set models. And then I click this one. This is all the, what's it called again? I'm losing words.
I don't know where you're going, man. Don't ask me.
Damn it.
I love that people are like asking for more models. They're like, hey, I'm getting 80 models here for $25. Any chance I can get those other models there?
Yeah, too? People had the audacity to ask for them. Like, I said no. I said no. I'm not going to be offering it. Like I didn't say that. I said that I was going to put them as a stretch goal, and a couple people backed out of their pledges. They're like, oh, he's not giving the models. It's like, Jesus, man.
Really? That's so ridiculous, man.
I'm just like, okay. But this is the thing though. That's okay because that opens more spots up for, people that want the models, right? So
yeah.
It's okay because like, I'd rather want somebody that appreciates what I'm doing than somebody that's like trying to nickel and dime me, right? It's like, well, I don't want you to be like a part of my my community because you just want to nickel and dime me. You just want to take everything for free from me. You know what I mean? So it's just
it's already more models than
I
fucking print.
Dude, in that campaign I did, I put out 9 sets of models, right? And some models have multiple variances and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And that's a lot of fucking models. And some of those models are not small either. They're really fucking big. So I'm already putting out a lot of like free stuff. And I'm going to be putting out more free stuff in the future. It's just, I don't know. Some people just want, everything.
Yeah. Well, this other Kickstarter, for example, that's kind of, the airship one, Skies of Sourdane.
Oh yeah, those dudes.
I'm looking at their numbers, and at their let's see their tier. They've got a $50 tier, which has 5 airships, and those are pretty massive models. I will give them that.
Like giant. They're beautiful too, by the way.
Yeah, they are. So they have 5 airships and 30 miniatures. So they're like, it's still a crazy good deal actually for $50, but they are getting more than $1 per miniature, which I think is still like an amazing deal. But a lot of people are used to paying less than $1. And
really,
I don't know if did I mention to you like this? I posted. I was doing like my promotional kind of like, okay, I got this. Here's my new release, and put it on Facebook, and share my Patreon, and then people check it out, right? And then like this, it was like late at night. This was like I was pretty excited about sharing my Patreon and stuff, and I think this was like the second post I had made about it, and I put it in there on Facebook, and I was getting some good feedback. And then this one guy's like, man, because I'm doing 1 character a month, right, with some D&D stuff, but most campaigns are doing like around 10 per month, like 10 minis or more for or even some of them are doing like 12 for $10 or less. And these guys are like, you're pricing yourself out of the market, right? A couple people. They're like, how can you charge more than, like, this should be $1. You're never going to get more than a few hundred backers and stuff. And I was like,
yeah, but once you get more backers, that will free up time for you to make more models.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Well, yeah, but I don't know how I could make 10 models, even if I was doing this full time. I think making 10 models in a month would, I don't know, it'd be really challenging to do. I spend a lot of time on them. And there was like a big argument. I was like trying to say, I wasn't trying to defend myself per se. I guess I did a little bit because we were looking at what's it called, Fat Dragon Games, right? And how they price theirs on their store. I was like, this is my reference point, because he's like, how dare you charge so much for a model? $3, right? And it's like this is the research I've done. And then they're like showing Artisan Guild and how cheap theirs are and stuff. And finally, I was just like, dude, if you don't find it's worth the value, like, don't buy it. It's, I totally understand. And then kind of left it there. And then I was like, I gotta go to bed. I can't just stay up. Because I made a post, and then like these comments started coming right away. And then, so then I felt like, I should, kind of say something, right? I'm here. I posted. I should say something. But then I just went to bed, and then when I woke up in the morning, like the chat had continued, and then what was kind of nice is other people jumped in on the other side of it and saying like you're complaining about $3 for a sculpture, it's like less than like the price of a coffee, and people were really like going to bat for me for my Patreon.
Dude, that's the people you fucking want, man.
Yeah,
that's the people you want.
Yeah, man. So I don't know. It's kind of what you're going through here with like the pricing. It just reminded me of that. And that guy who's like, dude, can I have more models? And it's like, there's I get it. There's a big investment in a 3D printer, and you expect a cheaper mini. But I do think like these minis, even what I'm doing, is still cheaper than going to the store and buying a mini off the shelf, or however else you get your minis, right? If you're going to order them from Hero Forge, like, you get exactly what you want, but you're paying like over $30 for an STL at that point. So there's just some, like, I think a lot of people have set a precedent right now. There's a lot of people who have like these monthly Patreons where you're getting 10 or more models for $9, $10, $5, whatever. And it's
but also
driving that It's also, setting this expectation.
Also, Alex, you see these models are like, oh, look at these 10 characters, but 5 of them are, or no, there might be 2 sets of them, and out of the 2 sets, it's 3, like, let's say 3 goblins that are all roughly the same, but they're in different poses, and then 3 dwarves that are all roughly the same, but in 3 poses. That's only 2 models that someone just altered, and now they have 6, or they can make 2 groups of 4. Now that's 8. And then they put like a dragon and another random whatever character, you know what I mean? It's like now you have 10 characters. It's like that's what they're doing. You know, every individual model is like it's not, you know, every model is not super unique to the point. You know what I mean?
Some people are clever about it and doing that.
Yeah. And I listen, once you start No, I know that.
Doing crazy shit.
Yeah, but once you start getting more backers and you're like, okay, now it's time to set down the job, and now it's time to do a big push to include, you know, more models and sweeten the pot for my existing patrons, and also encouraging other people to come in because you're offering more now because you're doing this thing as a full-time gig. You know what I mean? Have you mentioned that? Have you put that in the campaign have you put that in the Patreon where it's like, hey, when I reach this much, I can do this full time and you'll be getting more?
No, I haven't.
I think you should put that out there. I think you should put that out there.
I don't know if that's the goal, is to do more for the same price at some point. Like, I feel like there's a spot for, because, you know, what I'm starting to think here is like, you know, what one guy mentioned on Facebook is that there's the whole mini game that's going on right now, you know, several minis for a month, but like there's also sort of the statuette kind of community that are printing like larger, like
there is. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And I think I'm going to try to go in that direction, or at least kind of hit those people, service that style of printing as well, because like the amount of time I'm putting into them, like, you know, there's like musculature, and it's not just like a big cartoony hand. Like, I'm really pushing a lot of this stuff, and I want to make a unique model each time too. Which is not to say I won't ever make a small army or anything like that. That is similar, but I don't want to. I feel like I'm already grinding to get this out. And
maybe because you got a full-time job, dude.
But I just don't see.
Okay, I got a question for you.
I want to see how this unfolds a little bit before I start like making promises.
No, okay, that's totally reasonable. But I got a question for you. So right now you're doing your character sheet, you're doing your cards, and you're doing your character. That's 1 month, and that's on your free time.
Yeah.
Okay. Which, to be honest, you could like, even if this wasn't even if you didn't have the Patreon, that's like how much you roughly would do per month. You know what I mean? Like all the work you're kind of giving out, like that's how much you would pretty much do per the month with your full-time job. Am I wrong, or?
It's pretty close if I stay focused on a single project. That's
So now, how much do you think you could get done, or like how many more kits you think you could make if you didn't work full time?
I don't know, man. That's a really tough question. It feels like not a lot, but maybe the answer is a few more, maybe like 3. But I also
wait. You mean 3 with the one existing, so 4, or do you mean 3 in total?
I think maybe I could add 2 more on top of this, because I don't know. I feel like I'd be doing more promotion, like more like sharing.
I think
like
that right there. I think that's a great value. If someone was like, "Hey, I get 3 cool unique minis that are super sculpted, detailed, and I can print them any size, and they look amazing." For $3 a month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then if I want the extra cool fucking cards with the cool items and stuff like that, and the cool sheet, and like
Yeah.
all that's there too. I think that's more than reasonable. You know what I mean?
That's fine. I mean, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you can definitely scale up a little bit, but like,
Or even
it's
if it was
not a
two.
gradual. That's not a gradual thing. Like, I can't say, like, once I get 500 backers, it doesn't. I'll add another one. Like, the time doesn't organically. I don't get more time until I hit a certain number.
You need to promise them you're going to add one because of each goal. I'm just saying, if you do it full time, then that means you can say like, hey, if I could do this full time, I can put in an extra. How about this? You could say, once I do this full time, I can add another character, another player sheet, and another set of cards for that character. You know what I mean?
But if I did that, I think I probably would adjust the pricing as well too.
2 characters?
Yeah, I think I would.
No, man, I would say keep it the same.
I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. Well, let's figure it out. But I just, my hunch is that there's this race to the bottom happening, and I want to try to not be in that race. My goal is to be somebody who's whose one model holds a little bit more value. And I want to try and see if I can, while I have the freedom and the flexibility, and it's like, I'm still working, right? I'm still paying bills, with my job. So I have I can have the freedom to kind of explore this. You know what I mean? Like, it's not I don't need to be in this hustle 100%, I guess, to float my life.
I know that. I'm saying, okay. I don't know if I'm probably not making myself clear. I'm saying like, so hang on. Okay. How about I'll ask this? Okay. What's your ideal thing you would want to do with the Patreon? Well, let's start there. What's the ideal thing that would work that you want to try to, like you were saying, the ideal Patreon you would have?
I think
that's real.
I think I'd rather do the one character, but maybe just on an accelerated release schedule. So instead of a month, maybe I can bring it down to, I don't know, 2 weeks or so. But it's like some of the time is, I don't know. I'm not. I guess like the Kickstarter I have in my mind right now is what it is.
Kickstarter or Patreon?
Sorry, the Patreon I have in my mind is what it is right now, and I guess I'm so focused on making it float as it is that I'm not thinking about which. I don't have a firm decision as to where I would scale it. You know what I mean? Like making one character per month is pretty satisfying. But if I had more time, maybe I'd want to do more than that.
Well, yeah. What would you do? You know what I mean?
I think I would almost rather make more ancillary models to the character and okay.
Whoa, that's an idea. That's a great idea you just had there. You make a core kind of character, and then you make stuff around the character that complements the character.
Yeah, like a wizard with a cauldron and a stack of books or whatever.
Yeah,
or
he has floating skulls as an enemy that he casts or whatever. Or
little companions maybe that sort of thing.
Yeah,
that character.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Then you can make a bunch of cool fucking shit. You know what I mean? You can make like a shopkeep, right? You can make, hey, here's a cool shopkeep, and then here's some cool stuff that you could put in a shopkeep.
Yeah, yeah.
You know
He's got a little stand or whatever.
Stand or like a mule with like a bunch of stuff on it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good idea. Like that right there. You know what I mean?
Well, maybe I'll do something like that. Yeah. I was trying to find a Patreon because I've never really looked this up, but people who print figures,
like busts.
Yeah, more like desktop kind of display figures.
Yeah.
Maquette. I don't know, what do you call that? Like a collectible figurine type person, and not something you just put on your shelf and you like. I didn't just make this up out of my head. I've seen people share it on Facebook.
No, I
do their print and like, look at this character I printed.
Yeah, no, there's what's it called again? I know what you're talking about because there's this one dude called Uncle Jesse, and he's a 3D printing guy. There's actually two Uncle Jessies on YouTube. Anyways, this Uncle Jesse, that's his YouTube channel. He just like talks about 3D printing and stuff like that, mostly resin stuff, and a lot of the times he builds like stuff for cosplay, or he does like busts or character models and stuff like that, and then he like shows off the printer and like what it does and blah blah, and like his process and the pros and cons and what he thought about it. And he talks about where he gets the model, and the models from people that run Patreons. That like that's what they do, is they make really fucking big crazy looking stuff.
I found somebody who's kind of doing, I guess, what I was talking about.
Yeah,
can't really see much here, but he does one model a month. He's charging $10 for it for the STL.
Wow.
And he gives you a model and then some splash art and some of his conceptual sketches as part of your package. And
dude, you know what, man? I've been saying this. I know you can't really, you can't because of your place where you live, because it's so small right now, and you have no place to properly vent. It's a resin printer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Because think about it. If you print your model out the scale for 28 mil, and then have and scale it up like 100%, and then have it right beside each other, and then you can show off it like, hey, look, this is it's there's a lot of detail. It's like a super high end model. You know what I mean? Like it's not just like, there's a lot of like, you can print this any scale you want, and you get amazing results. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because there is models out there that are more designed for the element for tabletop games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, man.
You should spend some money and get somebody just to print it out for you, so you can show that off, right?
Yeah, I suppose. I was
take nice beauty shots.
I better save this. Yeah, I want to do one of my characters like basically as like large as I can print.
Yeah. And you might have to do it in pieces too.
Yeah, if I piece it out, then I could print something a lot larger.
Yeah,
like way larger. But yeah, I don't know, something to think about. I really like how simple this guy's tiers were. I don't know. No one's really. Maybe I haven't been promoting to the right places, but nobody's really taken me up on the digital files, like the digital 2D files yet. Like there's a few people who are like, most people are, want the model I mean, there's only 15 people right now. Most people want the model. A few people want the model plus the goodies like the 2D, like the splash art and the cards and like the RPG pages and stuff. A few people find value there, but nobody has decided that they want just like the RPG stuff and the illustration without just the game stuff without the model.
Yeah.
Nobody's decided they want that yet. And I don't know.
You can take it out.
I think it's hard. I think it's just hard to market to both people because it's like I think a lot of people will see it as a 3D printing Patreon and just say, oh, I'm not a 3D printer, so.
Yeah. Also, by the way, you have RPG in the name of your company.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So you're like, I want to try to market towards people that just print for like just cool sculpts. It's like, well, in the name of your business, it says RPG. So it's like,
no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying I want to focus on sculpting people. I was trying to open up to people who play RPGs who don't print. That's why that's the tier I have, is for people like that. I want to service those people as well, because the 2D files I make are just as are a lot of times just as satisfying as the 3D models to make. And so I was seeing like how much interest there is in just like a 2D file thing. But what I was saying is, like, as soon as I put 3D printing in there, I feel like a lot of people who don't 3D print anything will just write off this page as something they don't partake in, right? Because it's like, I think there are pages out, like we've seen those pages of people who they make a magical item every month, or a few of them, or what have you.
Yeah.
And or whatever the gameplay material is, and they have they have Patreons that stay afloat just based on that content. And like, I have a tier that I feel like can compete with those guys and hang with those kind of creators. That's like along the same lines, but still a little bit different enough. Like, it's got my flavor in it or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think I'm kind of have two. I feel like I have two different Patreons in the same Patreon page, and one kind of services the other, but it doesn't go the other way so much. So I don't know. I don't know. I know I want to keep making this kind of stuff, but I'm just not sure that, like, I don't know. I just maybe have to rethink. Maybe I need to promote that part of it like separately or something. I just feel like it's going to be hard to communicate. It's going to be hard to communicate to people.
Also, it's only been like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's true.
And you just started like promoting it, and you just started the Patreon. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I'm doing kind of what you were doing a minute ago, where you analyze just the most minute amount of data, and then you draw conclusions. And, I really just need to be patient and keep going.
Yeah, no, totally. Like, people, like, I've been asked, like, people have been sending me messages being like, "Oh, are you going to have scaffolding and like stairs in this campaign?" Yeah. And there was a moment when I first got that message the first time around. I was like, "Oh fuck, I got to make scaffolding for this Kickstarter now. Because this one person, I got to make them happy. I got to make this one person happy." And it's just like, I was like, what am I doing? No, I don't want to do that. So I wrote my message and I said, "Hey, thanks for reaching out."
Yeah, what did you say to that guy?
I said, "Hey, thanks for reaching out. Currently, at the moment, this Kickstarter doesn't have that. But in future, projects with District 0012, I'll definitely have to implement something along those lines." And I said, like, I appreciate your suggestion and your ideas. Thanks for backing the Kickstarter, and sincerely, Antoine. And and then the person wrote me back. He's like, "Oh, cool. Blah blah blah. It's good. It's good to know that you're going to do more stuff with this campaign, this project." And so so it's like, I don't know, like, you're too early into the game right now for your Patreon to really, I guess, start turning it, right? Because
you gotta see how it plays out just a little bit.
For sure.
Like feedback from people, for one.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. I just gotta I'm just still posting and sharing and seeing what's effective and what's not. So far, like, Facebook is the only place that's generated follows.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure of that because there was a couple posts where basically my patrons, like, I had 2 waves of like 6 or 7 people join, and it happened within like a 8-hour period each time, and it was right after a specific post on certain pages.
Yeah.
And everything besides that has had like pretty much no one is like on Instagram. I guess I've only made 1 post on Instagram, but
also you did it at a shitty time too, by the way.
Yeah, there's so much. Never
post on Sunday. I find never post on Sunday.
Yeah.
And you know what I did find out? If you do want to post to do well on Sunday, you actually post on Saturday night. Yeah, because what happens is, this is what I learned from One Fantastic Week. So what happens is everybody's out pottering. Yeah, everyone's out pottering. No, everyone's out drinking and hanging out with their friends, having a good time. They're not on Instagram.
Yeah.
But Sunday comes around and everyone's just lazy and they're just like, hungover, or like they ate too much the last night, or like, they're just like, I just want to be lazy today. What's on Instagram? Then they open up Instagram, and then sure enough, you just posted Saturday night. So that's the first thing that's going to hit on their feed is the early posts, right? Because more posts are going to come in throughout the day that are just going to stack on top of that, right? So in the morning they wake up, they check their post, like, oh, cool, this thing, this is interesting, you know?
Yeah.
Comment, you know?
I feel like there's a different. I feel like the only way to really hit these times is just to like be consistent, because like, man, like I've heard that what you told me from different people on about different days so many times.
Okay.
That there's like a fun story for each day. It's like, one day's the day everybody's getting back from the weekend and they're, lethargic at work and they're scrolling their feed, and then Wednesday's hump day, and so it's like every day. I don't know.
There's a lot of truth to it though, because I've been getting more backers throughout the week. Like actually through like I'm pretty sure like Friday and Thursday, I think that's where I've been getting the most like engagement. And then the weekends, that's when it slows down, and then it starts picking up again, and then it picks up again, and then slows down. It's like I'm pretty sure nobody's really shopping for anything on the weekends because people are out and about doing things, right? And people that do like, think about it, like when I've ever done online shopping, it's when I've been like just at home during the weekdays, because of like it's after work or it's during work, you know what I mean? Where I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna buy this, and you're on Amazon, you just go buy something, you know? So
I guess so. I don't know. Yeah.
It makes sense though, right?
You're purchasing. You're somewhere where you can like just whip your credit card out.
Yeah,
and,
really quick. Because you're too busy during the weekend, right? Because you're like, I'm gonna go do this because I gotta take care of chores, or I gotta hang out with friends.
During the day, I mean, you're working, right? Presumably.
Yeah, but even at night though, like when you're done work, you get home, you're like, oh, I'm gonna go check on that Kickstarter. I passed by,
Yeah.
This morning, or something like that.
And I find that I got like more Instagram. I hardly get any. I get more Instagram followers from making posts on Facebook. Like I'll make a Facebook post.
That seems like that's your advice.
And it will feed. People will just start adding me on Instagram. And like when I do a post on Instagram, it's just like crickets. It's like silent. It's like there's 20 people of my friends who are like, good job. And then that's it. And I'm like pumping hashtags in there. Like,
just double up. So when you're going to do a post on Facebook, take a different render, or maybe like crop it a certain way, or do something a little different. Yeah. And so you have one for your Facebook and then one for your Instagram. So if that's happening where people from Facebook are joining your Instagram because of Facebook, then just focus on Facebook, and then just like have a little side post that you have just, that's kind of paired with the Facebook feed. So it's kind of seems like you're actually posting on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm forced to do that. I'm kind of forced to do that already. What's up, Fabrice? I'll just say it rather than type it. I'm forced to do that because Facebook, like my purple cow on Facebook is really those 3D photos, right? Like taking those sculpt renders, which look pretty flat and like kind of like graphic 2D almost. Yeah. And then you put the depth back in, and then they feel like models again. Yeah. And they get a lot of engagement. But on Instagram, I can't do that. Almost any other, unless I can unless it allows me to embed like a blog or something, I can't share that anywhere else, sadly. But so it forces me to like make separate content for Instagram, which I've tried to do, and like make that video, which I feel like which Sam pointed out, and I totally agree with her. I need to repost it because it doesn't have a very nice square. I posted a video of like my character and like a few pans of like different spots on the illustration, right?
Yeah, I saw it.
But then the splash, like before you click on the video, like the title frame is just like his legs, and it's really dark. And so when you look at the feed, it looks like just a pair of dark legs. Yeah, you don't even see anything.
Yeah.
So I'm like, gosh.
You know what, Alex? Don't even sweat it. Just be like, okay, lesson learned. Get on to the next one. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And if it's bothering you that much, wait till you put up the next one and then delete that one. You know what I mean? If it's bothering you that much. Maybe
I'll do that. Yeah, I don't want to like spam people either, right? I don't know. Maybe you should. Who knows?
Maybe you should. But what was I going to say? Yeah, I think you really got to give this more time as well. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like,
I'll let it simmer for a bit, and then we'll come back and re-strategize. But what I haven't been doing is looking at these,
Also, in the future,
statue Patreons.
Also, in the future, Alex, you can offer a welcome bundle.
So I already do offer a welcome bundle.
Oh, of what?
Yeah. So my welcome bundle is is my all-in package of the Reanimation Master, the gold guy with the cloak and the big staff. You get, if you join at any tier, you get him, you get the cards, and you get his RPG sheet.
Okay.
And that's basically an all-in tier. And then the first month that we're in right now is the other guy with the book. He's the one you're actually paying for in your first month. And so let's say you sign up at the 3D printing tier, the 3D printer tier, then you're you get just the model of the book guy, but you also get the full welcome package of like the all-in, like an example of what all my goods are basically in the welcome package. It's like a free all-in month in a way.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I got. I might update it. I might change it to the guy that is up there now because I think he's just like a little bit simpler to print, and I don't know. Yeah. The other guy prints, he's not like difficult to print. I've definitely made models that are more difficult to print, but this one, the mini at like high, for whatever reason, the dude, the Deathless Apprentice with the book, like I printed at like, pretty high resolution. It only takes a couple hours. It's like way faster. I think it just needs less supports or something.
I'm telling you, you need that resin printer.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I would love it.
Figure something out. If you can get if you can get a resin printer and you can get one of those enclosed casings where it's like zips up and you can put a vent in it and have suction, when you have it running or whatever. That will help indefinitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got to figure.
But hey, I really think like think about that, about the character and like little props or whatever for him, or like a companion character with them and stuff like that. I think that's a great idea, and I think like two main character models with like cards and like with the character sheet and stuff like that, like two a month for what you're asking for. I think that's a great value that you can give. You know what I mean? Because like you pay, like even if it's the 3D printing tier, if you offered like two awesome looking fucking models that you make, because your models are great looking, for $3, it's like it gives people like, oh cool, I get like I get two awesome models for the price of one. And then you can still archive those models and have them individually sold for $3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think that's something you could like work towards. It's like, okay, I want to do two models a month, and even doing the two models a month. Do you? I'm pretty sure you could, still have time to do other things too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I always want to reserve time to do other shit. like I wouldn't want to just, if I had more time, part of me is like, I wouldn't want to just add more characters into it. I wouldn't mind doing some like some dungeon maps, that sort of thing. That would be really, I don't know. I'm just like, it'd be fun to do, and there's no time to do it right now, so I'm not doing it because I'm prioritizing. But it'd be nice to have that time to explore that properly. So that's, I don't know. I'll let you know. We'll figure it out. I got to grind at it though. I got to stay on the bus. But, I'm still on this bus.
Yeah, dog. You just started.
Looking out the window, but here we go. Anyway, what else we got? Anything before we close this shit up?
That's about it. Oh yeah, it's my birthday today.
Oh yeah, that's right. Happy birthday.
I'm 30. I'm halfway to being halfway dead.
You're more than halfway to halfway dead.
What are you talking about? I'm gonna live to be 100. What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, 30 is halfway to 60, and 60 is halfway to 120. So.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I'm gonna be 120. So there you go.
Well, wow.
Probably not.
Wow.
I don't think I would want to live to be 120, to be honest. Like you have no teeth. You'd be so brittle and like just old. There was a dude that like won the world record for the oldest person, was like 124 or something. And then after that, I think a week after that, he died.
Oh.
Yeah. And then on top of that,
give him a sense of accomplishment at the end of his life.
Yeah, and
that's just asking him to that.
And then after that, somebody beat his. Yeah. So like after a week, he died, and then also someone beat his world record. So. Wow. Yeah.
And he's pretty frail at the end.
Oh yeah, he was this old Japanese dude. Super. Oh, he looked like Skeletor. Let's just say that he looked like Skeletor.
Yeah. Well.
With no muscles.
Dang. Good on him.
Good on him. Okay, I guess that's about it. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep hammering away on the Kickstarter and the 30-day lock thing. And what about you?
Yeah, me too. I'm doing some work. We were talking about goals, and one of my goals is to actually want to release a free model to people once I get 50 patrons. So I'm working on putting that together, setting that up. I want to make the model first, then announce the goal tier thing.
Yeah.
And then do it, So I've been doing that as well as just like working on my regular release.
Also, think about
and sharing.
Spending a little bit of money on somebody to or a company to print out your one of your models really big.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
And then show it off.
I'm gonna try and print it
because then you can show it off to people, and people will be like, "Holy shit! Look at this giant fucking cool wizard man or cultist guy with the book." You know what I mean? Like, it'd be really cool to have that. You know what I mean? Like, you need like, it's great that you're saying that. You're like, that's what I want, but no one sees it. No one knows what it really is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree. I need to like show it a little bit, show the models a bit more.
Yeah, in a resin form.
Yeah.
You're very reluctant on this one. I know it is. You know, you convinced me on the video, and it paid off greatly. So take this one from me, where it's spend a little bit of time and money to get a couple resin, like 2 resin prints done, like a small one and a big one of your what is it, your necromancer guy, or your other dude, or anything, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll let you know on that. I'm thinking about it.
Okay, well, think about it. That's good.
Because by the time I spend like money printing 2 of them or 3 of them, like I can almost buy a resin printer at that price. They're getting
true.
Like,
that's
they're so affordable now. It's like that's why I'm reluctant to like pay for it as a service, I guess.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. Not just a resin printer. You'll have to get a resin printer, and then also like all the other shenanigans, like you know what I mean. You're like the station to like properly clean it, right?
Yeah.
And
a UV light to cure it.
Yeah, UV light to cure it, and then also like I said, you're both definitely gonna have to get some enclosement thing with a fan filter, like a fan.
True. Yeah, there's a lot in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, think about that. Think about getting the resin printer. How about that?
I'm gonna commit to thinking about it.
That's good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're wrapping up here. So if you want to, I think all the links are in there from last week. I'm gonna add some of the crap we talked about today into the description. Yeah. If you want to, back us, I think, back the show, support the show. You have to kind of support us individually right now, or just show up and say hi. And Fabrice says happy birthday to you, Antoine.
Thanks, Fabrice. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go get groceries. That's what I'm going to do for my birthday.
That's great. That's good.
I got a coupon.
Groceries coupon. Lovely.
Yeah. Okay. Let's wrap this show up. Thanks for joining another episode of Playing the Artist. If you want to follow us, that'd be great. Hit the bell icon, and you'll be woken at the crack of dawn with a bing of your favorite two artists are up and at it, talking about pretty much absolutely nothing for the most part, just ourselves.
Yeah.
At 7:00 Pacific time every Tuesday. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Thingiverse. If you want to download some prints for your home 3D printer at Forbidden Prints, just one word. I also have a Kickstarter going called District 0012. You can punch that into Kickstarter. I'm sure you can find it. Alex, where can we find you, young man?
Yeah, Tiger Skull RPG, all one word. You can do the .com. You can go to Facebook and type that in, or go to Instagram and type that in. But the best place to do that is go to patreon.com/TigerSkullRPG, and that's where the models live.
Yeah.
And you can print them for yourself.
Yeah.
Thank you if you do.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, yes. I just want to say congratulations to you and your 15 patrons, because I think that's a really big deal.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah. I mean?
Yeah. No, I'm really. I can't believe that.
That
anybody would sign up to do this.
That's how I felt that anybody fucking backed my my Kickstarter page. Yeah. Because think about it, you just had the idea of just maybe having a patron, and now you have one, and now it just started. And now you have 15 people that are like, "Yes, I want to help you with this."
Yeah, I know, it's so weird, but it's fun too. It's addictive. So yeah, that's all. That's
all. Okay.
All go enjoy your birthday.
Go enjoy grocery shopping.
Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye. See ya.
Bye. See you next Tuesday.
Bye.